ano pong nakikita ninyong scenario if the junior officers, foot soldiers, will start asking the questions regarding the situation or yung health situation ni President?
Mukhang yan ang nangyayari ngayon. Yung foot soldiers and junior officials, not in the Corps of Generals. Mukhang pag umikot ka sa mga kampo, yan ang pinag-uusapan. So, how would General Bronner address that? How would SND address that? And by the way, SND was present during that Bataan celebration where the President had white. Right? And he was one of those who was making, a sign that there is something. And kung siguro titingnan niyo yung video na yon, nanggigigil nun si Secretary Gibo. So, how do you address that? Yung mga ordinaryong kawal, linalaan nila yung buhay nila para sa proteksyon ng Estado. And then here we have a leader who doesn't really care, it's not fair, and then suddenly we hear of the use of drugs and other things that is being done in the office of the President, in Malacanang. Ngayon lang ako nakarinig ng mga ganung balita kasi ako ay nagtrabaho naman sa Malacanang. Wala ako naririnig ng mga ganung activities na nangyayari within the palace.
Thank you, bro. Dr. Richard, doon lang po sa effect po ng cocaine, gaano po ba ito ka-delikado sa sa tao, especially kapag araw-araw nagdodroga gamit po ang cocaine?
Yes, a very good question. Actually, it's very, very dangerous. Actually, pwede po siyang magkaroon kaagad ng heart attack, pwede tumaas kaagad yung blood pressure, pwede kaagad magkaroon ng seizure, lalo na kung ma-overdose. Ngayon, pag sinasabi naman nilang microdosing, which na-mention po yan ni Senator Amy na 4 times a day daw, actually, that is still dangerous and also for the country kasi if you're working and then you're doing microdosing, that's yung decision making mo mababago eh. Totoo po yung sinabi ni FPRRD na nagsishrink po yung utak. Ibig sabihin, maging mahina na po yung comprehension mo, decision making, at you can be easily manipulated. Ngayon, wala sana tayong problema kung gumanda talaga yung bansa natin, wala tayong naririnig na grabing corruption, parang justified na hindi siya affected. Pero itong 1 trillion na issue na nanakaw, and that's just a portion, and that makes it a very, parang connected siya, na kaya siguro nangyari itong flood control issues and other mga corruption dahil hindi na nga nabantayan or doon sa sinabi ni Zaldico na baka involved, and Zaldico ang nagsabi noon. So, ibig sabihin, questionable na po yung kanyang decision making, and lalo na sinabi ngayon ni Senator Amy na lulon siya sa cocaine.
Balikan ko lang yung accusation kay Senator Amy na yung kanyang ginawa raw ay un-Filipino. Sinabi na nga ni Prof. Malona, it's not un-Filipino. It's really very patriotic. It's a patriotism of the highest order. Immediately, binanggit po yan sa aking post sa Facebook at saka sa TikTok. Pero meron bang precedent dito sa bansa na ang isang kapatid o anak ay sabihin niya o ginawa niya ang nararapat para mapreserba ang institusyon, ang Estado? You know, it was a coincidence. No? Ayun, naalala ko. Remember ang nangyari sa Iglesia ni Cristo? Some years back, I think a decade ago, si Ka Eduardo Manalo mismo, tiniwalag niya ang kanyang kapatid at pati ang kanyang nanay para ma-preserba yung institusyon ng simbahan ng Iglesia ni Cristo. Ginawa po yun. Un-Filipino ba yung ginawa ni Ka Eduardo? Hindi po. Kinakailangan niyang gawin yun para hindi po masira yung institusyon ng simbahan ng Iglesia ni Cristo. Ganyan din si Senator Amy Marcos. Masakit sa kanya yun. Nakita naman natin ako, mayak-iyak nga ako nung napapakinggan ko, nakikita ko sa aking cellphone yung delivery ni Senator Amy Marcos. It was a sacrifice that she has to make, knowing na ang bansa natin ang nakataya. Hindi po yung si BBM na. Ang nakataya po rito is not only the presidency but the whole country. Sabi natin, he is the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Na being the Commander-in-Chief, you have to be always of your sound mind. Kung sakali mang makatulog ka, gisingin ka kung kinakailangan dahil merong mga emergencies like calamities na nangyayari. Sinabi na natin na yearly aabutin natin itong mga multiple calamities dito sa Pilipinas, dulot ng bagyo, baha, ng lindol. But more importantly, in global situation, the President is the chief architect of foreign policy. Apektado po tayo sa mga desisyon ng Pangulo na taliwas doon sa mga nakikita natin nangyayari globally. Pinagtatawanan po tayo sa buong mundo ngayon sa tutula. I have never felt so ashamed sa mga nadaluhan kong pagtitipon sa ibang bansa. Japan, Korea, ASEAN, China. Conferences, when people, delegates, then they are going to ask you, "Hey, Mr. Ladino, is it true that your president is a drug addict?" Di ako makasagot. Kaya eh. But this time, pag tinanong ako ng isang foreigner, well, according to the sister, was personal knowledge of the presidents and the members of the first family and some high-ranking officials of government who are there, incumbent they are, working with him, are also involved in this illegal use of drugs. Hindi naman po ito fentanyl eh. Sabi nga nito kumaka, yung fentanyl is a regulated drug, is a prescriptive prescription drugs na ginagamit yan para maibsan yung pain order to ano. Pero you cannot equate yung fentanyl sa cocaine. Instead, you cannot compare orange and apple at the same time or a circle and a square. Magkaiba po yun. Huwag nilang baguhin yung narrative dito. At saka, ang pinag-uusapan natin dito, no? The future of this nation. Hindi na po ito, issue lang ng corruption ito. Sabi nga nitong mata kanina, as consequence of this massive, unprecedented, gargantuan corruption ever done in our country, it may have been the consequence of abuse, drug abuse. And it's happening in the palace. Yun po ang issue po rito. Now, in regards to issue of succession, maliwanag naman sa ating saligang batas. Now, I have been campaigning for changing this constitution for how many decades na, Prof. Malutay, nakikipaglaban dito. Since late 80s, sinabi na natin itong constitution na ito, na gawa ng mga oligarchs, gawa ng mga taong they continue to have a colonial mentality that they believe they can, manipulate the poor people of our country. At pag ito ay nagtuloy-tuloy na ipatupad, walang mangyayaring maganda sa bansa natin. It's going to be a situation of a roller coaster, boom and bust, boom and bust, boom and bust. Ganun po ang mangyayari sa atin. Hindi natin matanggal agad ang Pangulo because we have to undertake the process of impeachment. If we follow yung peaceful process, hindi mo rin siya pwedeng piliting mag-resign. Dito sa ating bansa, yung mga politiko ba, meron pa bang delikadesa? Perhaps in other countries, yes, mataas ang kanilang moralidad at yung kanilang delikadesa. Ma-involve lang sila sa issue ng, let's say for example, what's happening now in Japan, yung prime minister nila, kakailig nila yung babae, gumawa ng some statements in regard to the issue of Taiwan. Nag-aalburuto yung mga Hapon ngayon. Sabi ng mga Japanese citizens, walang gera for the past 80 years. Why are you going to issue a statement that will inflame the situation here in the Pacific? So, Baka mapilitan siyang mag-resign anytime just because of that. Minor. Pag tinignan natin, fault of the Prime Minister, but for the Japanese people, iba. In the same breath, nakita natin yung mga scandals, very minor scandals of politicians, even in the United States, na tinitignan natin na parang model natin yung America. I remember si Senator Edward Kennedy, na involved siya doon sa issue na meron daw babae na parang nadulas doon sa kanyang swimming pool. And because of that, he had to forgo yung kanyang ambition to run for president of o Democratic nomination sa United States. Dito, sinabi na ng kapatid ng Pangulo, gumagamit kayong pamilya ng droga, ng cocaine. Succession, we have to follow that constitution kahit na hindi ko gusto. It's the vice president ang makalagay. If you want peaceful transition. Now, if you don't want, and that's what I'm afraid of. Baka itong mga sinasabi mo kanina, mga junior officers and foot soldiers, hindi mo maalis na magsabi sila ng mga ganito-ganito. Ganyan-ganyan. Ako, naglalaro ako ng golf. Malaro ako sa Aguinaldo, lumalaro ako sa Villamor, lumalaro ako sa Veterans. From time to time, kung minsan may mga nakakasabay po tayong mga nasa active in service. Maririnig mo yung mga bulong-bulungan. Mababa po yung moral ng ating mga kasundaluhan ngayon. Militar at saka pulis. Hindi lang sila kumikibo. At dahil siyempre, they follow the chain of command. And that's what I'm afraid of. Kasi yung provision po ng ating saligang batas that the armed forces is the protector of the people and of the state. Self-executing provision po yun eh. Na pwede nilang magamit. And that is dangerous. Magiging extra-constitutional po yung succession. Hindi po ako papayag sa ganun na sitwasyon. Kasi mamimiligro po talaga. Hindi lamang po yung ekonomiya ng ating bansa mamimiligro. Sa ganung sitwasyon po hindi. The entire security situation of our country, pag sumabog po yun, magiging parang Myanmar po tayo ngayon. Tuloy-tuloy po yung labanan ng mga sundalo sa Myanmar and different armed groups in Myanmar.